To make progress, you really have to like sit down with yourself and see, like, analyze like where you're at. Like you said, like reflection and self-awareness. That's really key to like a lot of things in life. People are not conscious. People are not aware of the actions they do and the thoughts they have. So you walk through life wondering why they're depressed or sad or stuck in a rut. It's because you're not aware of your actions and what you do.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Bros Think Big podcast. This is the show where we talk about simple and yet complicated ideas of self-improvement. Tune in and join us as we help each other grow and become the best versions of ourselves. This is what we're all here for. And as you can tell, I'm introducing the podcast because we don't have Sasha here and Mike's kind of like replacing him. So today we're gonna
Forever.
Yeah, today we're gonna talk about patience and progress and how that ties into self-improvement and how you need those two. So yeah, let's get it. Anything you want to say? Our new room, the design, we got the poster up. What do you guys think? Let us know.
Talk about it. Talk about how you took so long to make that work.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I took a lot of brain power, you know. I'm not a tech guy at all, and well, you just gotta keep fucking go at it. You know, we fucking failed.
Patience.
We fucking failed. All right, now we gotta go on a different path. We went on a different path, and then we fucking succeeded. You know, as simple as that. Took patience. I wanted to quit a lot of times. That slow little progress. You know what I mean? Everything's connected. You know.
I like how you connected that. That's really good.
Whether it's us or whether it's a fucking activity, there's always patience that's involved. I mean, who wants to get it wrong?
Mike, I have a question to you. You're a guest now.
Okay.
Guest.
Okay.
What do you think is the hardest thing in your self-improvement journey? Where do you think people fail the most?
Probably
what's
just
something
like.
that you need?
Well, with our topic, it's patience and progress. So I think it's definitely just as you're going through the motions of self-improvement, it's not seeing enough progress, and that really is just really demotivating. And then you get in a rut, and then like you're just like kind of like, what the fuck do I do? Kind of, it just fucks up the whole thing.
I think that's where the patience jumps in.
Yeah.
The whole your progress messing up.
Yeah, like your progress isn't messing up. You're still in self-improvement.
Yeah, exactly. But people tend to think that their progress is messing up because some of the things they're gonna fail at, they think they're failing the whole thing. But I think every single day you're gonna fail in something. There's always gonna be something every single day in life where you're gonna fail in. Either whether waking up early, reading a book, meditation, anything.
Those things are supposed to happen.
Keep on going. Exactly, those things are supposed to happen for you to improve because there's no such thing as winning without a failure.
Name one perfect motherfucker in the world. Zero.
I want to say me.
Okay.
But I just want to say, like, when it comes to patience and progress, right? It's like it's kind of like putting self-improvement into like a realistic stance, right? So it's like when people start out, they think like they get everything. They have to get everything right. They have to get everything right. They have to do everything exactly the same. But it's just not the case. You're gonna fuck up on this, fuck up on that, mess up here, mess up there, and that's part of it. That is part of self-improvement. Like, people think they can just be disciplined in 1 week or 1 month, or they'll see progress in like 2 months, 3 months. That's not the case. You know what I mean?
I think self-improvement is your whole entire life until you die. Gotta keep on learning, gotta keep on improving every single day until you die.
I see it as we're trying to like reach 100%, and people think that, oh, I'm gonna gain 10% every day. They think this is gonna take a short term. Nothing rewarding in life is short. You know, it's gonna have to take time, years, months. Who fucking knows? But people think, oh, I have to. If I don't improve by 10% today, like, oh, it's game over. And realistically, a lot of times it's 0.01. You know what I mean? 365 days, 0.01. Honestly, you improve 0.01 every day, and it builds up.
When do you guys think most people realize they have to go on self-improvement? Like, do you think there's a limit to your actions or what you do?
It's just like it's just not being happy with like your current situation.
Questioning everything, like, why am I doing this? Why is this happening? You know, like.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. Do
depression,
that.
You know,
yeah,
like
I feel like it's before that.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't do that, so they gotta have some kind of influence from others or their friends.
Reality needs to
whoever it
kick
may
in
be.
somehow to make them realize, okay, I need to do something about my
I need to
situation.
step up. I need to get my ass up and start doing something. I feel like
Yeah.
I think it's
That's-
typically a traumatic event, or if not traumatic, a realization event.
Yeah.
Like for example, it's like when it comes to money, like when people have to realize, oh fuck, I gotta start working, is when they look at their bank account and say, holy shit, I got less than $100. I feel like it's that same idea with self-improvement. It's like they're going every day mindlessly, ugh, and they're like, oh shit,
I gotta wake the fuck up. You know, I'm in a
like,
fucking
what am I
matrix.
doing with my life? Like
Yeah.
right now I'm working
That's
a
how
9
I
to 5
was. I was
slave
like, I
job.
gotta wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's the maturity level that pushes you to self-improvement. Otherwise, you're just sitting there and you realize that whatever you do is not something that you need to improve on. You know, you're like, oh, whatever, I'm too young for this, or I don't need to improve on this. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. It's just kind of like tricking yourself and lying to yourself. But I feel like as you mature and you get more of like an adult problems pushing at you, such as like having more money, having some kind of security for your own self, for say your friends around you. I mean, it gets even to a deeper level when you have family and stuff. You go really old and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the time when you realize that you're supposed to have these things that you see people around you already have them, and then you're like, all right, why do I not have it? So that's kind of the reality check that you get from there, and then you're like, all right, I need to do something better. I need to improve myself, and then that's when the self-improvement starts.
Yeah.
Where do you? I mean, where did the self improvement get you guys personally? Like, when you guys started, what changed? I'm sure they want to hear from art, like how what the process took, how long it took. I mean, like the questions we were having, like, because I obviously think every single day questions come up in my head saying, why am I on this, or what am I doing wrong, or what do I need to do next, all that type of stuff. I'm sure you're that type of person. You always ask yourself
Well,
questions.
yeah, I'm always questioning like myself and like my doubts and stuff like that. But let's put self-improvement in like a realistic kind of thing. Like the reason people are not patient in the first place, or not gaining progress in the first place, is because they're so used to getting instant gratification. Like they're so used to getting things quickly that when they don't see things come up quickly, they don't see progress quickly,
Exactly.
that they're kind of get all fumbled. They're like, what the fuck? Like,
Of course.
like for example, those get rich quick schemes, like that shit's all bullshit. It's bullshit, right? So it's like when you're, I don't know.
Yeah, like there's a smart way to get something, but it's not always an indicator to getting it quick. You know what I mean? Quick and something that's easy are two different things. Because I don't think you can really get things quick that are worthwhile, something that has a high value. It just doesn't tie into the whole fast thing. How can you get something fast and not
At
be
the
able
same
to
time, it's
determine
high
how
va-
you even
high
got
value,
it?
right?
There's an easy way to it by being smart about it, but there's no such thing as not being smart about it and thinking you can get it something quick without putting a lot of work in it. You know, it just doesn't really tie into both of them.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Georgie, I was thinking of a time where this happened to me. I think it was Valentine's Day. It was me and my girlfriend's 2 years, and we went ice skating. And it's been, oh god, maybe like 3 years before that I went ice skating before. And a lot of people will never ever be a good ice skater because they decide to quit so fast. You know, they do the first 20 minutes of ice skating. For example, for me, I was so fucking rusty. You know, it was just such a long fucking time. And like, I had such a deep urge to quit. I was getting angry and shit. And that's the hardest part, is getting over that angry hump. Because that's part of the progress. That's what it is. You have to stay patient, keep going, and then you'll be a good ice skater. That little part, it's honestly a big part. The big part is just learning how to fucking do it. So many people are so fucking impatient. They think it's going to come right away. But no, it's going to take time. I mean, that's just an example for me. And I did get it. I mean, again, I'm not a great ice skater now. But I'm sure if I went at it now, I'd be so much better, you know?
I feel like patience and everything, self-improvement, anything that we put to the high value of success also has very, very high value, at least in our heads. That's why it's really stressful for us to really think about that goals we have. So making a lot of money, right? That's a lot of people's That's what a lot of people want right now because money's a thing where you need it. If you don't have money, you can't really do anything, right? And if it was so damn easy, it wouldn't have as much value, right? So some of the things that you really think that is high value, you gotta really work hard for it. That means it takes more time because it's higher value, right? So I feel like the whole thing with you fighting against yourself was all patience, right? You needed some time for you to come up with those questions with yourself. That do I give up right now or no? Then you have to keep on going. Now after 2 hours, you probably got another thing in your head. Do I give up? No, right? And then you kept on going. It was all time. So it took time, took patience for you to get where you were. Get where you are. That's with it was a small thing with ice skating, but now you can connect that with a lot of things in life.
Yeah, now I'm thinking.
Right? It was just fucking ice skating, but now you can connect with gym, you can connect with money, you can connect it with this podcast. Anything in life. It has to start with those little things that you connect with in your life.
I'm cutting right now. Meaning, for me, I'm a guy who personally thinks that I should completely take out all desserts. It's not necessary, but it's a mindset thing. It's like I have to fucking restrict myself to everything, all these little temptations. That shit takes a lot of fucking patience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So though we were at the field yesterday. I want to share this. Remember the guy that told you yesterday? He was like, when are you gonna cut?" And the face you made was funny. You were like, "I'm gonna kill this motherfucker right now." Then it was funny. He just asked him, "When are you cutting?" Even though he's already cutting.
I've lost 20 pounds.
It was just funny. I don't know if you heard that, but
I wasn't
Go
that
ahead.
personally.
No. Every single meal matters. Every single meal, and it's like that constant
that
temptation.
1%.
Constant temptation of, oh fuck it, dude. Let me just have a candy bar right now. Come on, man. And I don't. But you have this every time. You have this little temptation every single meal, every single dinner. Like, what if I just sneak in something real good, real quick? It's really, really difficult to stay put. And what's worked for me is the idea of the goal. The idea of, okay, let's say I don't eat it, what's going to happen? Oh yeah, I'm going to achieve what I want. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot better. Success sounds a lot better than some fucking sugar. Success over sugar every single fucking day. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I failed today. I want to share this on this podcast because we're here for self-improvement.
You failed?
Yes.
No, you learned.
Let me tell you
You
something.
learned.
He learned.
Yeah, but fail is like what I was supposed to do, I didn't do. So you know how we set a goal where when we eat, we want to watch something educational. We set it.
Yes.
We set this thing where when we sit down, we usually watch either some entertaining videos, and we want to watch something that's educational, right? And I don't know. I feel like this happened because Sunday, right? I sat down. I watched some entertainment stuff, and I was supposed to watch educational. Now I want to share this that I failed because I want you guys to know that I'm not gonna stop here. I'm not gonna say I stopped on the self-improvement because of that one failure, or that 10 failures, or 100 failures. Those failures are stacking up as a win for me. I feel like the more failures you go through,
See, like that. Those
the more
failures,
you're gonna win, bro.
Those failures are not. The
I feel like I
failure
was supposed
is
to share this
progress
with them because I want them to know that we also fail. I don't want them to think that we're not failures. You know what I mean? I feel like we fail too. I want them to
fuck
really
yeah.
know
Well,
that.
get the word fail out of you. Like, get the word fail out of your head. Like, because the failure is the progress. Like, just because you failed doesn't mean you backtracked or anything. You're still progressing, even if you failed.
Yeah.
Imagine a life where, like, you just could not fail. That's the type of mindset that people should really have. Because just because you didn't really fail at something, you've still made progress, right? But you gotta just turn that into, like, a positive thing. Be like, okay, I didn't do this, but now I know this is the reason why I didn't do this. So it's like you can always, even if you do fail at something, you can still learn from that, and then
So what did you
progress
learn?
even further.
Georgie, what did you learn? That is Sunday. Sunday is the root of the problem. The problem is you believe this conception that this one day of the week you can have a day off. That's not the case. I mean, of course you can rest a little more on a Sunday, but your problem is that you start getting lenient because of a day. It's a mindset thing. It's all in your mind.
What I learned is that next time I'm not gonna listen to my mind. My mind is just drifting me to entertainment.
Your brain wants to make you a
Exactly.
fucking loser.
And next time, what I learned is I'm not gonna listen to my head. I'm not gonna listen to my brain. I'm gonna control my
So what are you
brain.
gonna listen to?
I'm just gonna. I don't know. So, I don't know. My other side of the self that's telling me to self-improve and do the right things.
The soul.
Yeah, the other side, because I feel like we have two sides. One that's fucking us up. The other one that's on track of
Sure.
self-improvement. So, I'd like to put it that way.
So if you guys are like out there and like you guys are just not making progress, like I feel like you're just looking at it wrong. For example, if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to make some money and things are not going as planned, it's not that you failed or you didn't make progress. That is the progress, and you just got to keep going. This is where people give up. They're not patient enough. Like a lot of people are easy to like overcome. Like a lot of people are easy to overcome because they just once they get that sense of like despair, once they get in that pit of despair, they stay there and they just give up. The pit of despair is when your motivation goes down, or you don't see progress at all, and you wake up in a shitty mood and everything's all fucked up, right? But that's where fucking champions are made. That is where you have to break through that. Even if you don't see success after that, it's part of the progress that you have to have. You have to see failure. You have to see those fucked up moments where you don't do anything. That is still part of self-improvement. That is the progress.
Yeah, I'm reading this book right now, Think and Grow Rich. It's an amazing book. And I actually, the pages that I was reading today, there was this quote that the author said. He said, "Quitters never win and winners never quit." So that ties into what you said. People that are stuck in the places where they want to quit, they win because they never quit. And the quitters that never win are the ones that gave up on what they were doing. You know what I mean?
It's not
Just
all
want to say that.
exponential though. Like it's not all an up graph. You're not always going up. It's little indents of down here, up there. It's all up and down. It's what it is. Like every other day will be like that.
Again, it starts with realization. So you gotta ask, why it's not easy? Because if everything's easy, what's the point of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think with the get rich scheme is, alright, if it was so easy to get rich, why isn't everyone doing it? Alright, let's think. If it was easy to get rich, alright, then what's the point of it? If it was so easy.
It wouldn't
Alright,
have
everyone
value. It
else
wouldn't have any value.
can do it, and you can do it. What's the point of it? What's so important? That's the whole idea of self-improvement is, it's not easy. It's not. It takes a lot of fucking patience. And the progress is fucking going like this. Because if it was easy, there'd be no point of it. That's the beauty of life. Again, that's just such a beautiful thing about life, is that it's not easy. It never will be. It never will. It never
You just
fucking
get stronger,
will.
and
And
to
that's what
see
a lot of
yourself
people
get
want.
stronger instead of the life changing. That's what makes it really beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That you can see that nothing really changed in terms of something being hard or too easy. You got stronger to the point where something that was hard to you a year ago is not hard to you anymore because you got stronger. The life can't damage you as much as it used to because you got stronger. You got adapted to it. It's just how it is. You have to adapt to life instead of trying to go against nature. You know, that's not
So I
gonna
feel like
happen.
that's one
It's
way
gonna
to
be hard.
define that you're doing something right and you have to keep on going. I feel like that's one way to define that you're growing in some sense. That some things that were damaging you or hurting you or getting in your way, now it's like much easier. So it's like you're growing by that 1%, 0.1%, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I want to share this. This guy said it. I forgot who it was, but he was saying, "That's why life is like a roller coaster. You know, if you actually like listen to your heartbeat and stuff, and you see it on the monitor, right? Like it goes up and down. If it's a straight line, you're dead. You know what I mean? So that's like literally life. It goes up and down. Never really stays constant. And if it stays constant, you're dead.
Yeah.
It's like such a good example of what it really is.
Yeah.
Never up there. You're always constantly moving. It's like a heel that you have to go up and then accelerate down to go higher, and then kind of like this moving, so that way you're not just moving straight in line because you're gonna lose
That's
acceleration.
a balance
at some
of
point.
life. It's a balance of life.
It's like getting to the next level. Like you have to like really. It's not even that. Just like the universe is really given to people who really just put 100% of their effort in. Like it will test you, it will push you through hell, in order to get peace. So it's like you have to earn the next level. You really do have to earn it, and it puts you through those shitty moods, those shitty ass days where you don't feel like doing anything. those are just the tests that you have to go through in order to achieve what you want. It might take years though. It might take 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, but you have to accept that things don't come in a year. They don't come in even maybe 2 years. Like you have some like I don't know how to explain it. Like you. What?
How do you get good at patience? How do you like attain patience? Like what is it?
I think it's just being present in the moment, just being patient, or just accepting that. It's just a whole mindset thing. Patient.
Okay, how do you get the mindset?
You get the mindset by what do you mean get the mindset? To shift
How do you
your
get
own.
the mindset of patience? Like what do you have to do to attain it? Because so many people are brain dead. How do
You to
get
get a reality
brain
check
dead?
maybe. You gotta get punched in the fucking face
Honestly,
maybe.
yeah, maybe reality. I like that.
You have to get
You
hit
have
by
to
reality in
understand
order
what
to
reality
you get
is.
humbled in a sense.
This is reality. Patience is reality. I mean, there's a reason why we live for 100 years now. Nothing is fucking. You have 100 years to live because it's gonna take time. Everything does take time. How long did it take you to walk? It takes like 2 years. 2 years. It's like baby steps. It's all patience. We had it as kids.
He was walking out the womb.
No, think about it. We all had patience as kids. We had no problem with patience. Then we grow up and we start to. I want everything now. I want everything now. I want everything now.
No, even as kids, like we were impatient.
Yeah, that's actually good.
It's kind of just how society is.
You
Like
just
the
don't
instant
pay attention to it
gratification.
as much when you're a kid.
It's like the instant gratification. Like everything is so quick. You can easily acquire something. So it's like, that's how you look at everything in a sense.
I think faith is another thing that really kind of tests your patience and helps you with patience, because having faith of achieving something and you know that the work that you're gonna put in now is gonna be worth it at the end of the day, or whatever the result you're looking ahead of. I feel like it helps, because if you don't have that type of faith where you're like, if I'm gonna sacrifice one thing today and then another tomorrow, the third day is gonna be worth those sacrifices. So that's having faith for the third day, for sacrificing the one and the two day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For me,
So you have to have faith in order to have patience.
For me personally, kind of to go with that, I think I achieved my patience of understanding that I enjoy my bigger goal than my smaller goal.
Yeah.
I can only think of the food idea now. But it's like, I would rather have abs than have a fucking milkshake.
Yeah.
And that's really what keeps my patience going. It keeps it fueling. It's what I want more. I want than what I want now. In sort of sense.
It's kind of like you kind of just gotta be like humbled in a sense. Like you gotta be humbled by either reality or by other people. Like just to put you down like to where you are, because you think you think you're supposed to be somewhere where you're not, and then you get knocked down to the place where you're actually at. Like for example, when you're like lifting weights or something like that, you try to go for a PR like right away, but you have to earn it. Like you really have to just earn it and take time to like go through the steps of like doing this time and doing this, working out this muscle in this time. It's all just it's all progress. It's all patience and being humble with it.
Yeah. What do you guys think is the best way to track your progress and how to really understand that you're progressing through
I
self-improvement?
think you just said it like
Just daily goals.
minutes ago.
I don't think there is a trick.
Focus on daily
That's the
goals.
thing. There is no trick because it's not easy.
I'm not saying there's a
There's no
trick,
trick.
but I said, how do you track? How do you track your
Daily
progress?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What did you do that day? Because if you do weekly goals, you're gonna put those things
How
off.
strong are you compared to yesterday? That's a simple way to look at it. He just said it. I mean, some of the things that are gonna seem harder to you, first time when you start doing something, right? So like let's just say walking. When you first start walking, you fall like 100 times, 200 times, and then once you go on, you're never gonna fall because you already learned that. So like that already proves that you got stronger. Right? Now you're going to have to start learning how to run. Now you start running after like 20 steps, you're going to fall because your legs get tired. And then once you grow, you can run 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That just proves that you're growing up and you're getting stronger. If you just sit down and don't do anything, your legs are not going to magically just get strong, right? So checking, like you just explained it perfectly.
Definitely, but I feel like there has to be some kind of way to kind of track your progress when you start self-improvement.
We'll just start writing stuff down, I guess.
Yeah, that too.
It's keeping track of your doing. Same thing as like, it's so hard to distinguish the difference every day because it's so minimal. Think of it as like working out. You will never see your progress from one day to the next. It's when you look at those pictures, as in tracking progress, you track, you record what it was that day that you were thinking, and then you look back, or you look forward, let's say 6 months later, and you look back at what you wrote, you're like, holy shit, I'm a whole
Is this
different
really
man.
happened? Yeah.
That's the beauty of pictures. And I wish there was more ways besides pictures.
Well,
to
that's just
portray.
for the gym.
Diary.
Though. That's just
That's
for
like right
No,
diaries too.
anything.
just like writing stuff down, like journaling, even like.
You have to look back at what you thought 6 months ago, and that's how you realize, holy fuck, I'm better than not better, but I'm a different man.
That could
in a
bring you
good
to
way.
reality as well. Looking at where you started and be like, damn, I did make this much progress. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's why I said
realistic with yourself.
my own personal thing is what I always put number one is reflection and having self-awareness. I feel like no matter what you get into, and especially with self-improvement, is you have to have high self-awareness, at least high as possible as you can attain. Self-awareness and what was the other one I said? Self-awareness.
say
and
self-actualization, like self-realization.
Reflection.
Say
Yeah,
self-
self-awareness and reflection. It kind of ties in together. So reflecting on your actions and what you did yesterday compared to what you did today, and how you say overcome the challenges, how you overcame the temptations. That is like tracking your self-improvement, tracking your progress. Same thing is with being self-aware of what you're doing, because if you're not self-aware of what you're doing, how are you going to able to say that what you did yesterday or a year ago? We have to go back in longer period of time, because you're not going to remember. You're going to remember things you did yesterday, before yesterday, but you're not going to. It's going to be harder for you to remember what you did a year ago compared to what you did today. So you have to have a high self-awareness, high reflection on what you do, and I feel like that's how you have to constantly move on and see people around you. I said this to you the other day too. I feel like you have to kind of compare yourself to other people at some point, not to the point where you're trying to put yourself above them, because that's just high ego, but also comparing yourself to people who you surrounded yourself with, say, years ago,
It's kind of like
and how separating from them or growing compared to them moved you up. You know what I mean?
it's like in a competitive type of sense.
Yeah, you have to be competitive, because there's so many people around you your age that just don't progress, and you find that out by comparing yourself to them. You're like, all right, I can see that I improved. I see that I'm in a better shape. I say made more money, or I know that I'm keeping some kind of say even journaling stuff, things like that, and then you see those people, or you talk to them, and you don't really get stuff like that out of them. Not that one is better than the other, but I'm saying when you don't get the maturity level coming from them, kind of thing, is like you understand that you did something that moved you up in progress compared to who you were a year ago. You don't directly have to compare yourself to that person, though. It's just like it might trick you at some point, and your ego might take over. But it's like you really have to be competitive too. I really tangled everything together. I hope you guys understand it.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
Yeah, so when it comes to even progress, like, you gotta like, in order to make progress, you really have to like sit down with yourself and see, like, analyze like where you're at. Like you said, like reflection and self-awareness. That's really key to like a lot of things in life. People are not conscious. People are not aware of the actions they do and the thoughts they have. So you walk through life wondering why they're depressed or sad or stuck in a rut. It's because you're not aware of your actions and what you do and what influences you.
Wisdom is experience plus reflection. Experience is with everybody. We all have experience. You wake up tomorrow, after tomorrow, a year passed by, 2, you have experience. You experience different things. But it's about how you reflect on them. That's what wisdom is. Having wisdom is your experience plus your reflection. So if you failed at something, you reflect on that. You're like, why did I fail? Maybe because I didn't put 100%. Maybe I was hesitant about something. Maybe I was afraid of something. Maybe I should have been more brave. So that's wisdom. Now, next day, if you have some kind of, or the same situation, or a little different, you're going to know how to react. You're going to be more brave. You're going to be more patient. So you see that because you were more brave, because you were more patient, something changed. And those things change in better most of the times when you're more brave, more patient, and stuff like that. So that's like one way to really indicate that. those things are good.
I know, like, people will really sit there and, like, they, like, think about, oh, why am I in a rut? Why am I in a rut? Like, why am I just stuck in this situation? I can't get out. Like, I've been in those situations multiple times. And I've realized, like, I just do it to myself, in a sense. Like, I wasn't really self-aware of what I do. And I wasn't taking action. I just wasn't doing things. I was letting life control me. And I wasn't taking control of life. So it's like, it really just, self-awareness and consciousness is really just key to progressing to the next level.
Exactly. Or else, how else do you know that you're progressing? You know, if you're not reflecting on the past.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
I think it was a good episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Got the most out of it. And then we're gonna get to quote of the day now and shout out.
You guys should keep a journal and write down all your thoughts and everything. What?
No, go ahead.
What were you saying?
He said, listen to Mike.
Listen to me. Listen to Mike. Like, keep a journal with you and just write down, like, thoughts. Write down the thoughts that you have and why you do them. And then look at the thought from another angle, as in, like, you see it written down. Like if you think of a bad habit, you write down, oh, I've been doing this lately. And then you look at it from a different perspective. You can analyze it in a different way and then move on from there. So journaling everything and writing down your thoughts is so key, because then you can look back at that and then see how much progress you've made from it.
Yeah, another thing, I think reading something, whether it's an article or a book, especially I would recommend book, reading a book is way better than watching a video about a specific thing. So get a book, read it, and it sticks to your mind more than watching a video, because just hearing it without really seeing it and visualizing it is different. So reading a book is really a powerful thing to really stick in your head. So that's one thing I would recommend.
All right.
Read that bitch.
read that bitch.
That's
Josh,
my quote of the day.
Quote of the year. Read that bitch.
Diary's actually a good idea too, not just journaling. I mean, same thing.
Yeah, it's good looks, bro.
Accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. By Jordan Peterson. Great man.
All right. I also want to say another quote. You know the quote by Abraham Lincoln, like, if I want to chop down a tree, if it takes me 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'm going to use the 6 hours to sharpen my axe.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Like, that really comes in with patience and progress. Because you take all that time to really grow yourself, and then you get the success. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Here's the curve of progress, right? It's very stagnant in start. Every startup business with anything, any little, you're still kind of getting the flow, the mojo. You're starting to realize, oh shit, this is a part of the game. And you just keep going, and then it's that one spike, and then after that it's stagnant. And that's how I like to picture it.
And then it drops down again.
It's like, think of it,
Then it goes up again.
Like for example, money. You're like always going to be stagnant in the beginning because you don't know how the fucking game works. And then after staying for so long, it fucking spikes, and then you just gotta stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's life. That's life. That's life in my eyes. All right, shout out,
Georgie. Shout out.
Georgie.
Shout out goes to Carmen Carroll 9064. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
On YouTube.
Thank you. What made me watch this video was that I know Mr. Tover. I think people out there of your age group can benefit too from a godly young man, and they can share out their difficulties in life, and that's how iron sharpens iron. Many people are lost, and they need to have people in their lives who would help them build their spiritual muscles. So thank you for the comment. Really appreciate that.
They're lost because
I think
they don't have patience.
Yeah, and in case you guys are wondering who that person was talking about, it was our last episode with Andreas Tovares, a great guest,
It'd
a
be
great
2
person.
episodes ago.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Yeah, a great guest. Learned a lot from that guy, and hopefully you guys will too. So go back there and watch the video.
And give us more comments, guys. Don't be shy. Just get a shout out.
Yeah, just let us know the ideas or the topics you guys want us to talk about, something that you're interested in. You want to hear our thoughts, and kind of share your ideas with us too. That helps a lot.
You guys can also reach out to us personally, like on the Instagram account. Like the account follows you guys. You can even, if you guys need help with anything, and you don't want to comment it in front of everyone, like you guys can DM us or anything if you really just need help. We are here to help
Yeah.
you guys. We genuinely want to help you guys.
And
What's
we're
up?
getting help from you guys as well. 'Cause without you guys, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, exactly.
This plan. All of us are on this plan for a reason.
So we
It's a two-way street.
think big,
Think
grow big.
Grow big.